Hi, this is Andre at vacantaddresses.com. Just showing you a little trick that I like to do as I go through the list is with any list of addresses that you might have on a spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be the post office vacant list. It can be any list that you have anywhere. As long as it has an address, a city, and a state, you'll be able to automatically set up a hyperlink to Google Maps so that you can instantly see what the property looks like without having to manually type in the address in Google Maps. I'll demonstrate this exactly as it is. It'll work for our vacant address post office vacant list. By default, this is the formula that's going to work for that. No modifications needed. After I show you this, for those that want to use it on any other sheet, I'll show you how to modify it. But for right now, we'll go with the post office vacant list. By default, we send you the vacant list as a CSV file. So the first thing you need to do is to save that as an Excel spreadsheet. CSV is not going to work with hyperlinks. So if we change it to an Excel workbook, I'll leave the name the same and save it. Now I can go ahead and use the hyperlink. So this hyperlink, you can copy and paste it. I'm going to put it in the cell right next to right next to the county, which is column J, and I've got it here, and I'm just going to paste. I copied it, and I'm just going to paste it. So there I have my hyperlink. It's functioning, and what I'm going to do now is to copy this down to all the rows that I have. I just like to simply drag it down. I'm sure there are other ways that it can be copied and pasted, but what I do is grab the lower corner like this, and if you drag it down, that's going to copy it as far as you want to go. So however many rows that you have, you can drag it all the way down. So now I have my hyperlink. So the way this works, for example, here's an address. The hyperlink is set. If I hover over it, we'll see that it's got a hyperlink there. And if I click it, it's going to automatically take you to the address and show you what it looks like. Okay, so that's how easy it is to use that. So if you're using it on the post office vacant list, that's as far as you need to go in this video. It's going to automatically work. I'll do another address here down on Drexel, click that, and again it's going to automatically link to that address and show us what the property looks like. So now for people that want to make modifications, let's say that you have a different address list. It's not exactly like the post office vacant list that's not formatted this way. Well, this is the formula that we use. So just to introduce you to some components of the formula, for those that may not already know, this formula is assuming that the address is in column C. Maybe if I make this smaller. Okay, it's assuming that the address is in column C. Okay, it's assuming that the city is in column E. Okay, and this formula, and that would be this part of the formula for column C, this part of the formula for column E, and it also assumes that in this part of the formula that the state is in column F. Okay, so if you have a different spreadsheet, which I have one in the background, and this is just any spreadsheet that you might have anywhere, as long as it has, again, those three components, the address, the city, and state. With small modifications, we can get this formula to work. So let's say we have a spreadsheet like this. Now this one doesn't have a state field, so just for grins, I'm going to go ahead and add a state field to the end of it. Just this is one way we can do it. I'll show you a second way at the end of this. And then I drag that state down, so now I have a state field in each, I have a state column, so that makes it a little bit easier. What I want to do now is just simply alter this formula for my address that assumes it's in column C. Right now the address is in column B, so I'll change that to B. It assumes that my city is in column E. My city now is in column A, so I'll make that A. And it assumes that the state is in column F. Right now the state is in column H, and I'll make that an H. So if I didn't make any errors, keep my fingers crossed here, then that's going to work for this. So now I paste that, okay, and just as we did in the earlier in the video, copy all the way down to as far as you want to copy that, however many items you have on the list, and let's see if it works. We'll do this one, 6634 West 64th, and yes, it does work. So that's how you would modify that to work on any spreadsheet that you have. Okay, server error I'm getting with Google. That's not our problem, so we will ignore that for now. So let's go back. I'm gonna just undo this, and let's say that you have a sheet that doesn't have a state. You don't have to have a state. You can certainly modify the spreadsheet. Again, I'm going to again use this as an example. Address is in column A, so I'm going to change my address to assume column A. Yeah, column B, I'm sorry. So it's already there. I changed it from before. So the address is still in column B. The city is still in column A, but now we don't have a state. So again, we can use the example that I just gave you, or we can hard code this state. And the way we hard code it is we put a quote there and put your state right there, and then end quote. Now, without having to add a state column, this formula should work again. Again, I'm going to put it in column H. I'll paste it. Okay, I'm going to copy this down. By clicking it, it took me to that link, and it didn't work for that one because it's just, there's no actual addresses there. There was just headings. So I copy it down. I pick on any one of these addresses, and the hyperlink works for that. And this time, let's see if Google doesn't give us a server error. That's how you get a picture. So the nice thing about it again is that you have all these links here whenever you want to look at it without having to manually type in an address. You just click the hyperlink. Okay, and that's how we do that. Just a quick commercial here at vacantaddresses.com. We're now giving away free samples of our post office vacant list. If you go to vacantaddresses.com, just click the red button, and we'll give you a free sample of vacant properties right around the corner from you, and in your neighborhood or across the country, as we have them nationwide. All right, thanks for watching. Have an excellent day.